Ooh, it's getting colder. Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're all keeping warm out there and you're all well. Can I have a quick 5x5 check, please? ASAP, so we can get the show on the road. Oh, wow. Right, cool. If you're watching on the replay, hi. If you're new, thanks for subscribing. Incidentally, we've had just over 6,000 new subscribers join in the last couple of weeks now. So that's awesome. Really good news. So welcome to all the new people out there. You will find some cool people here in the live chat. So we're waiting for that confirmation. I don't know if you can see or hear me. The reason I say that is because it's really kicking up bad wind and rain out there, so I'm hoping the signal's going to be okay. So whilst we wait for people to join the chat, and the Ashley, cool dude, thank you for that, brother. Awesome. So we can crack on. Right, before we get into the nitty gritty of it all, thanks to Mike as well for the 5x5 and Run to the Woods. Andy, nice one. I'm going to give a little shout out to my partner. Now, some of you guys, especially you regular guys in the chat, will know my partner, Rachel. She's not in the chat tonight. She's got stuff on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you her YouTube channel whilst we're waiting for one to come in. And of course, if you guys are watching the replay, you're going to see this. So listen, if you guys really do love art, the good stuff, okay, not just some silly little painting of a bowl of fruit, okay, we're talking real art, very diverse, very cool. My partner's YouTube channel is linked below this video, and this is her YouTube account, and she's trying to build this to sort of promote her work, basically. Now, Rachel has got a BA in Fine Art, studied at Oxford University, and is absolutely loving creating stuff. And as you can see by her YouTube shorts, Preston is awesome. I actually see this the other day. And yes, if you like all of the things that you're seeing on the screen, by all means, help her out and subscribe to her channel. It's really going to help boost her views, because in a world of anyone who is being creative, yes, it's very, very hard to get noticed, because the powers that be don't want anyone being creative. They're trying to replace us all with AI. And Rachel speaks out as well, just like I do, and I'm very proud of her for doing so. Okay, so by all means, go and give Rachel a follow. That's her name, Rachel Gregory, the artist. So the link below is there. So I'll appreciate it, and she certainly would, if you subscribed and checked out some of her latest pieces of art that she is creating. So without further ado, we are going to get on to the subject in hand. Now, basically, the question is it cold in your house at night? Now, there's many reasons why our homes could be cold. Predominantly, as you can tell by the flag, we're literally broadcasting live and direct across the world, but from the United Kingdom. So we've got a nice hot cup of tea there. Another little good tip is also to keep your hands nice and warm. I've not had my heating on at home. Basically, I'm trying to preserve my firewood, because outside I think it's dropped to about 10 degrees, which isn't that cold, but it's very, very windy, so it's probably about 6 degrees. Inside the house, it's about 13 or 14, so it's a little bit chilly. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you guys some of the hints and tips that I've been brought up with, some of the things that I've been researching into, some of the stuff that you guys leave in comments or in the live chat. It all helps. So like I say, if you're new to this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell, because when I go live, and I do go quite a lot, you're going to be actually inside the live chat. You're going to be notified, and then you're going to get in and you can chat with the really cool family of aware preppers that we have in our community. And I'm very proud to know all of you very, very well, actually, over a long period of time. And there's some good folks in there with a lot of good tips and information as well. Like I say on all my videos, no one knows it all. I certainly don't, and nor do you. But together, we're going to learn a lot of stuff. Now, here in the UK, from I think it was 2022, we had a massive big uplift in the cost of energy. Moreover, gas and electric, okay, how we heat our homes. So the government of this modern time here in the UK are trying to push as many people as possible to get in heat pumps. Okay, now the old ones, from what my experience, are rubbish. Okay, they're noisy, they're not very efficient, they don't really heat your home up very well, and of course, if they're linked to a smart meter, they can be turned off remotely. So if you said something naughty online or whatever it is, they can literally just turn off your power and your heating. So we need to learn how to stay warm if we didn't have any heating. Why wouldn't you have heating on? Maybe you can't afford it. Okay, maybe you're one of our most respected followers on this channel, our elders, as we lovingly refer to them as. If you have to decide whether to heat or eat, that's how bad it is for real here in the UK. Right now, it's 2025, and to be fair, it's been like that for a few years now. Okay, some people have to decide what's more important: to eat what they should, calorific wise, or to stay warm. It's very hard to do both, and I really feel sorry for anyone who is in that situation. Okay, I've got some firewood, and it's not going to last me that long, so I'm rationing it. So every now and again, I just have a few days of no heating, day or night. I have got some off-grid heating, which I've done videos before, which is like paraffin, gas heaters. I've got a wood burner downstairs, all of that sort of stuff. Okay, but I've literally been having no heating on this house for 4 days now, and night, no heating at all. So in a way, I'm getting used to accepting the cold and using all of these cheap hacks, which I'm going to share with you right now, of how you can keep warm regardless of whatever situation you're in. All right, so I've got some things to show you as well. A good little thing which I've always endorsed, and I have these in my bug out bags in my vehicle. Something simple like these hand warmers. Okay, I'm not joking. As soon as you peel this tab, open it up, and you expose these sachets to oxygen, within 10 minutes they get really hot. Okay, you can keep them in your pockets, like it says in there, it lasts for 10 hours. Okay, so when I'm doing wild camping and I'm doing like survival training, etc., having something like these in your sleeping bag before you go in there makes a big difference. Having them in your pockets to keep your hands warm, so you can undo zips, buckles, buttons on your kit, pouches, etc. when it's really cold, will absolutely help. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be ashamed to use stuff like this indoors. There's nothing wrong with it. One of the biggest problems which most of us suffer is worrying what other people think. Well, try to get your mindset in a place where you say to yourself, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. I'm at home, I've got a hat on. I don't care. No one's here, and even if it was, I wouldn't care anyway. I think when you're over 50, you just don't care anymore about what people think. Well, I'd like that for most of us to be like that, but maybe you do worry what people say about you. Personally, I don't give a shit. So, hand warmers, excellent. One way which really helps, and it doesn't cost a lot. I think I got these from Aldi last year, maybe the year before. I think it was last year. And if you've got any sort of gaps around doors and windows, something like this was only a few pounds, very inexpensive. I don't know if Aldi are stocking them again this year, but the next time you visit Aldi, if you've got one near you, see if they sell these. If they do, I highly recommend them. They're really good. Okay, they will stop all of those nasty little cold drafts getting into your house and making it even more frigging cold. Okay, a good thing is genuine wool socks, 100% pure wool, no plastic in there. Okay, these happen to be genuine Royal Marine issue Arctic warfare socks, and these are thick and they will absolutely keep your feet toastily warm. And the good thing about wool is they don't really smell as fast as a synthetic sock. Okay, the only problem is you do have to wash them in lukewarm water. Don't put them in a washing machine or a tumble dryer, and let them dry naturally. Okay, if you keep to them rules, these are not going to shrink. If you cock up, you won't even be able to get your feet in them because they'll be like a doll's house set of socks. So genuine thick wool socks. Okay, not a problem wearing them indoors. You haven't got to be ashamed. Okay. Speaking of socks, we got another pair of socks here. These ones happen to be snow socks, or sorry, ski socks. So if you look inside these socks, they will be like this. I don't know if you can see that, if it's focusing. Can you see how much air can be trapped in all of those loops and those fibers? Okay, very, very comfortable, very thick, and will keep your feet toastily warm. I've got a pair on right now, actually. It's a massive difference, and I think lots of us tend to be caught off guard. Now, I was speaking to Rachel earlier, right, about this, and it's very true because only recently, very recently, the clocks went back. So we've already lost an hour, okay? At some point, it's going to be more dark than it is light, okay? Right up to the solstice, which is 21st of December. From then on, it slowly gets more daylight. So we are literally heading into the dark times where usually it's going to be cold, okay? And it's caught us off guard because in the UK we've had a really long period of dry, quite warm, nice weather. Now let me know in the comment section, or if you're watching live right now, have you noticed it being like, oh my god, it's got cold really, really quick? Just it takes a while to get up to speed. So I thought, you know, I'll do a video now before it gets to a point where it's too cold, because right now you've probably going to be on the last chance to get certain items like the things I've just shown you. Okay, especially if you haven't got much money like myself and you go to charity shops. I'll very rarely ever buy anything brand new. Most of this stuff, even everything I'm wearing apart from the hat, okay, is second hand. This is a 100% Shetland wool jumper. It's incredible. I'm a veteran, infantry. Some of you guys will remember the old Norgie. Honestly, guys, if you've got a Norgie knocking around in your kit pack or whatever, get it out, get it washed and dried, and start wearing it. Honestly, I've not felt cold all day. The only thing that's a bit cold is my hands, but I'm slowly getting my body used to having cold hands and having a nice hot cup of tea. Yeah, shameless plug there. These are available in the box below the video. Merch. Yes, I've got my own mugs. So yes, all of that stuff is really good for you. Things like long johns, okay? There's not a problem wearing them during the day. You don't have to wear them at night time, only camping outdoors, okay? These happens to be, again, military issue. And these are thermal underwear, olive, with the NATO stock number on there. I don't know if it's coming in clear. It's very hard to see with all of the light, etc. Okay, so yeah, they're great at keeping your legs nice and warm. Okay, a nice pair of long johns. Wear them during the day. If you're at home all day, if you work from home. I know since the COVID thing in 2020, lots of people work from home now. So if you can't afford to heat your home all day and all night, you're going to save a lot of money just going back to basics. So try to get yourself in the mindset that you're going out to do some camping and it's winter time. What would you take with you? Well, have a little look into that and then wear it indoors. To me, it makes sense. And again, what I'm wearing underneath, the Norgie, if you haven't seen one before, this one is a massive size. Okay, very, very comfortable to wear because lots of them are very tight. And if you can tell, it just zips up. But if you look inside, this is where it's at. It's like a toweling sort of a material. Okay, and like I said, same with the socks. All of those fibers trap air. which is what insulation is all about. Okay, if you can trap air next to your body, you are going to keep the heat in rather than let it escape, therefore getting you cold. It just makes a lot of sense, but it does to me anyway. Another thing as well, stuff like this. Okay, it's like bubble wrap, but it's silver, double reflective, front and back. Okay, you can get rolls of these from Screwfix, Tool Station. Okay, it doesn't cost a lot of money. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, you can buy one roll for 20 quid and it'll probably do all of your house. Now what I do with these is I cut them to shape and I put them behind the radiators, so when I am using the wood burner to heat up the home for a back boiler, it stops the heat from the back of the radiator getting soaked into the stone, because this cottage is made entirely of thick stone, not bricks. Okay, it stops the cold stone leaching the heat away from the radiator. It bounces it back into the room. Now let me know in the comment section if you do something similar to your radiators, because let me tell you this, people, when I actually got this stuff and I tried it, there is a massive difference. There absolutely is a massive difference. Okay, so if you haven't done that before, really look into it. Okay, I'm not joking, you will notice a difference. Another good thing to have is a proper wool blanket. This happens to be a genuine American military issue blanket, which luckily for me I brought pretty much brand new. I think it cost me £5. Okay, so having something like this when it comes to bedtime, right, my advice would be is to strip your bed, right, keep the mattress protector on there if you've got one of those, and put the wool blanket straight on top of that. Then put your sheets on top of that. Okay, because just having that real wool underneath your body, once you're in there and your body heat is escaping you but being trapped within your bedding, you will stay warm, lovely jubbly. Okay, and one of the most important things is a hot water bottle. Now I'm really sorry if I'm telling you guys to suck eggs. Like I say, not everyone knows all of these skills. If you do, fine, but if you don't, I'm not joking, people, hot water bottles are the answer. They really, really are. In fact, I've had one sat on me for the last 5 hours or so, and it's still lovely and warm. Okay, just on your lap. Incidentally, another little tip: if you're working from home and you're sitting down in the same space for a long time, okay, have one of these on your foot or under your feet and on your lap. Okay, trust me, you will feel so much better, because if you're at home and you've got no heating on, this is going to make it way more comfortable than if you was just sitting still. Okay, even wearing all this, this is next level. It really, really helps keep you lovely and warm. So when I finish this live stream, that's going to be put straight into bed to heat that up for me. All right, it all makes sense. And if you are in the market of buying some new bedding, because you know over time bedding can can stain, it can fade, it could perish a little bit, or it doesn't come out clean as it used to, maybe now's the time to start getting some new bedding. Now it doesn't really matter where you get this stuff from, but consider your bedding set, your duvet set or whatever, brushed cotton. Okay, not just ordinary cotton, brushed cotton. Okay, it's very, very similar to the materials I showed you earlier, where the fibers are there to trap warmth. Okay, and if you was to get into a bed and you got a duvet and a duvet cover and a sheet, you go in there, normally it's freezing cold. Okay, if you do that with brushed cotton, it's freezing cold for 1 second, then already it's quite warm. It's incredible stuff, brushed cotton. Please look into it, people. It will be a game changer for the rest of your life, especially winter. And the weird thing is, I use brushed cotton bedding all year round. In a strange way, it keeps you cool in the summer but warm in the winter. It's amazing, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. If you want to get something which is quite good quality, John Lewis is pretty good. If you want to save some money, hit John Lewis's website around New Year's Eve sort of time when there's a big sale on. You could probably get a really good quality brushed cotton duvet set for half price. Goes without saying. Okay, so what else can we talk about? What about bedpans? Who has ever seen bedpans? Now, for the purpose of demonstration exactly, this is the sort of stuff I'm talking about. We're talking about the good old days, okay? So back in the day, what used to happen is people used to have like a wood burning stove. They would open up this device here, get a shovel full of hot coals, put it inside, put the lid on, and then they'll put it inside their bed and they would move it around, and it literally just heated all of the inside of the bed. So when you climbed in the bed, it's not freezing cold and it doesn't suck all of your body heat out of you, making you cold and miserable, probably not going to sleep. If you've got manual work the next day, you're going to be not performing because you're tired, because you haven't slept, because you were cold. But they used to use these 100% to literally warm up the bed sheets. Ingenious. Do you know what? One of these days, I think I might buy one of these because I've seen quite a few in antique shops. Okay, this is the sort of thing we're talking about. They're very, very ornate, gorgeous. Look at that, 17th century. They go way, way back. Okay, because don't forget, you know, a long time ago, actually not that long ago, there wasn't central heating. In fact, I was talking to my mate Mark. Mark, if you're watching, Ninja Man, cup of tea, Yorkshire tea. He was saying back in the days, and I remember it too. I was born in the 70s, 1971. Okay, didn't have central heating in the house, didn't have double glazing. Yet we're still alive. We didn't die of extreme cold. We used to learn things. Okay, we lived in communities. People shared information because we didn't have the internet back then. Even computers weren't invented back then. It's hard to rewind the brain, but that's actually what happened. And some of you guys watching now probably experienced those situations back in the day. I mean, I remember when it was really, really cold, and it's usually, I'd say November, January would be really, really cold. And you would have like ice on the inside of the glass in your bedroom. Okay, so you're asleep, the windows is shut, you're breathing out moisture, it's trapped in the room, single pane glass, cold outside. Guess what? It condensates on the glass. The glass is so cold because it's frigging -6 outside, it freezes. And that was quite a common thing back in the day. Okay, and I remember you used to get the old like a scraper when you scrape off paint, and you scrape it all off, and all these sheets of ice would fall off. Okay, so you used to get some toilet tissue, mop it all up, open the window before going to school to sort of try and get some of that damp moisture out of there, because that was a common thing back in the day. Lots of houses had damp. Okay, lots of houses were cold. It's not very good for your home to be cold inside for prolonged periods of time. Okay, you will get mold and you will get damp. Incidentally, one of the best things that I've used is a wood burner because you get a dry heat. Okay, if you use a Calagas bottle or even something like paraffin heaters, it's a wet heat, and that if you don't air your room or your house enough, you will get a build up of condensation and eventually damp or mold. Right, so having a dry heat for a wood burner is fantastic. But like I say, if you're using any sort of flames, and I can show you one right now. I'm a bit like my math rate. I'm a bit like my mate Raf. What's going on here? I like collecting these. Some people call them like wee willy winky candle holders. In fact, if you guys know another name for these without bringing in wee willy winky, let us know, because I don't really know what they're called. But no, we're going to light this up and I'm going to show you what I mean. Look at that. Having something like this, you know, in your bedroom, okay, especially if it's a small room, the heat from that flame, believe it or not, will make a big difference. Okay, it certainly will. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that down over there and have to bring in something which is really important at this stage of this live stream. Okay, if you have any flame in any room, with the doors and windows shut, you must get one of these. Okay. Now, what that is a carbon monoxide alarm. Okay. Periodically, you should check it. All right. To make sure it works and it's fully operational. Okay. If you have got one of these and you press that button and it doesn't do anything, make it your priority to get a new one. Okay. It doesn't matter how much they cost, because they usually last for about 10 years. Okay. So if it's like £10, that's £1 a year to make sure that you don't die in your sleep of carbon monoxide poisoning. I'll get my words out in a minute. So that is absolutely worth its weight in gold. Okay. Anyone who uses any flames, and I've even said it when I've gone camping, most of the time I use a basher, which is a sheet. So you've got 360 vision around you when you're asleep. Sometimes, on the very rare occasion, I'd use a tent. And when I do, if I've got a candle in there or something, I always make sure that I put that in my kit. Okay. Carbon monoxide does kill. The thing with carbon monoxide is you can't see it and you can't smell it. Okay. And trust me, they 100% work. From tests that I've done personally, I used to live in a very, very old property in Bosham, right on the seafront. Okay. Now, in that old cottage, there was this outside bathroom. It was freezing cold, no heating in there. I put my paraffin heater in there. Okay. And I put the carbon monoxide detector in there whilst I laid in the bath for an hour in a nice hot room. And the weird thing is, when I stood up to get out of the bath to get dried off, I felt a bit lightheaded and a bit weird. I thought, wow, it's like the poisonous gases of carbon monoxide will be up higher. And because that was on the floor by the door, when I put it up in the air, it went off. Okay. So if you are using a carbon monoxide detector in a room, put it high up in the room. Okay. Because that will be your early warning sign. Okay. If you keep that low down, especially at bed level, you could have 60% of all of your room with carbon monoxide, and it's slowly going to come down. Okay. Put it high up and you will get an early alert, which is what you need. Okay. 100%. So I'm scratching my head, but this is wool, 100% wool watch cap. Someone asked me where I'll get these from. There's a link in my Amazon shop where you can get these. The cheapest place I can find on Amazon. 100% wool. You don't want to muck around with anything else. The reason why I chose wool like this and like this, if they get wet, they still keep you warm. If you use anything synthetic, basically it's plastic. When it gets wet, you will start to lose body heat. Wool, 100%, none of that mixed up stuff, 100% pure wool is what you need. 100% all the time. Right, I'm going through the list here. Electric blankets. Now, I know some of you guys may or may not use, I don't know, electric blankets. Personally, I would avoid them. I had a bad experience with one once and I nearly died for real. That was scary. I put it on my bed and I sort of laid on it and was getting really sleepy. I thought, I'm going to get up and I'm going to turn the light on. I'm going to turn it off and take it out of bed. So I got up out of bed, put the light on. I couldn't see the room. Why? Because it's full of smoke. Why was that? Because this electric blanket caught fire with my mattress. I couldn't really smell it because, like I said earlier, with the carbon monoxide and the smoke and the fumes, the smell and all of the smoke was above. When you're lower down, you're sort of not there. So I didn't know. And I couldn't believe it. So massive panic, literally just turned the electric blanket off, took it away from the bed and pulled the duvet off. Oh my God, my bed mattress is on fire. I had to open the door, drag it out on the street in the forecourt and just go into the kitchen, get a bowl of water and kept going to and from, throwing it where it was on fire, where it's a big smouldering 8-inch bloody mark burnt into it. Okay. And I had to open all of the windows at whatever o'clock, midnight, I think it was, all of the smoke going out in the street. So yes, these things really happen. So since that moment, which would have been early 90s, I will never ever use an electric blanket again. Okay. I would guess, could be wrong, that most electric blankets are made in China. So if you want to trust your life with something made in China like that, it's entirely up to you. Okay. I'm just saying my experience, never again. Okay. So I don't need to go down the electric blanket road no more. Thermos flask is another good thing. We're having a nice cup of tea right now. Let me show you. Since I put that candle on, the temperature's gone up. It's now 15 degrees in here, which was when I first come on live, which was half an hour ago. This was just made red hot, and I put it on top of the kettle to heat the mug up. This is cold now because the air is cold in there. It's just like put your mindset in the situation where you're outside camping, where it's colder outside, so food and drink goes cold quick, just like this cup of tea. Oh, cold tea, gross, bloody Nora. So yeah, those things will absolutely help. And if all else fails, you get warm, you get into bed, and you don't want to wake up, get rat-assed. A drop of the old whiskey. Okay, I can't afford the expensive stuff no more, but I got some of these a while ago because they were cheap. This Irish stuff's pretty good. So if any of you guys like your whiskey, try that one. It's pretty good. It's smooth. It's not going to burn your throat like that cheap Bell's nonsense. It's not very good. So all of these little things absolutely help. So what I'm going to do is, when I said earlier on, when I showed you the wool blanket, it's crazy. It's crazy how things have changed. I want to show you this. This is live right now here on Evil Bay. Okay. So here in the UK, starting from the cheapest price first, wool blankets. Okay. Proper 100% wool blankets. If it's got vintage on it, it's going to be good. I tend to find that things made a long time ago last a lot longer than the crap that is made nowadays. I don't really buy much new stuff. Lots of the stuff I buy is secondhand because it's cheap and it's much better made. On average, okay, look, 100% wool. This is what you're after. Don't get wool blend, okay? If it's got any instructions on there saying put it in the washing machine, it is not wool. Guarantee it, okay? This looks great. It's thick as well, okay? See, there's people bidding on it already. So if you haven't got any wool blankets, start finding time or making time to go to charity shops and get them. Nearly all of the ones I've got, I think I've got 12 or 14 wool blankets now. I think the most I paid was like £5. But now you can just tell, look at these, look, £10, and these are cheap ones, okay? Get yourself a really good quality wool blanket. There's all sorts of different sizes, different ages, different prices, different designs. Whatever floats your boat, get yourself some proper wool blankets, okay? Don't get no nylon, don't get no polyester, don't get some of that fake fleecy stuff, whatever it is. Get wool, okay? Wool will keep you warmer for longer. And if the unlikely event it gets wet, you're still going to be warm, all right? So like I say, the designs, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful. So there's lots of designs. Some people crochet, but you have to make sure that they're using wool, because some people crochet using nylon and it ain't all that. Okay. So that would be my advice, is to get some wool blankets for sure. 100%. Right. Let me just close these down, and that one and that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a clip of a YouTube video I've done a few years ago. Now, if you haven't seen this video, there is a link underneath this one taking you to that video. I'll put it right near the top so you can find it easy, okay? This goes into a little bit more depth of how you can keep warm in your bedroom when there's no power. So there's a power cut or whatever it is. We're talking extreme cold. survival tips, if you will. So we're going to show you some of this, and don't forget the link to this video, if you want to watch all of it, is underneath this one. Okay,
flashlight, that representing a hot drink, that representing an ice drink. We have hot water bottles, even small ones for small people, hot water bottle covers here and here, a brushed cotton duvet set, a warm woolly hat, warm woolly socks, thermal bottoms, thermal top, and a sleeping bag on top of a lovely genuine wool blanket. Okay, so I've got a few tips that I'd like to share with you.
So if you guys want to watch that video in its entirety, don't forget when this live stream finishes, go and check it out. It isn't very long, but it's absolutely packed full of tips. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this live stream is because I said 6,000 people joined this channel within the last couple of weeks. They probably haven't seen that old one. And in fact, you might not have seen it yourself. But without blowing my own trumpet, it's really worth a watch. There's a lot of good information in that video. And don't forget, it's underneath this one. Please watch that when you find yourself some time. And I'll guarantee you're going to learn something. I don't know it all, but I spent a lot of time researching that video. It took me ages. So I've compiled lots of hints and tips and whacked it in that video. Speaking of hints and tips, here's a few tips that I would like to share with you guys about keeping warm at nighttime, moreover bedtime. Okay. What about if you wear pajamas? Not all of us wear them. It's up to you. But as it's getting colder, a good tip is to get your pajamas and wrap them around your hot water bottle that's already in your bed. So when it comes to bedtime, you take your clothes off, you get undressed, and then from that second on, you're losing all of your valuable body heat into the cold air in your bedroom. Okay. Soon as you've taken your clothes off, you take this out with your pajamas wrapped around it, put your pajamas on. Straight away, you're preserving your heat and you're warming yourself up. Then you get into bed, you can move your hot water bottle wherever you want, where your feet are, where your core is, where your neck is, where your bum is, whatever it is you want to do, move it around to warm up the bed. And you've got nice warm pajamas to wear in bed, because if you didn't look at the opposite way, you take all your clothes off, you're in a cold room, you get into a cold bed, you're freezing cold. It's going to take you ages to get to sleep. You might not even get to sleep. And if you're elderly, when your blood gets thinner, it could be enough to put you on a hypothermic case in extremes. Okay, it's really worth thinking about these tips. If you haven't tried it before, try it, see how you get on. Another thing is people put in their bedclothes or whatever they want to wear. If you're a lady, if you want to wear a 90 or pajamas or something like that, put them in a tumble dryer for 5 or 10 minutes to heat them all up. Okay, take them out. Take it up to your bedroom, get undressed, put your nice warm clothes on. That absolutely helps as well. Maybe a dressing gown as well is another thing to keep yourself nice and warm and stop your body heat escaping. Wear that at the last minute, okay? Or another thing, if you have got heating on, put your clothes on top of a radiator to preheat them, okay? If your radiator comes in the morning before you go to work, what I used to do back in the day was to put pants, socks, t-shirts and trousers all over the radiator. So when the heating come on, like an hour before I got up, when I got out of bed and got dressed, I had nice warm clothes on, okay? If you're in a situation like that, absolutely try it out and tell me what you think. It makes a big difference, okay? Another tip which I found out is if you wear a dressing gown, so you get up in the morning and before you put your cold clothes on or whatever, get your dressing gown and put it inside the bed with you. So your body heat, which is being trapped inside your bed, is going to heat your dressing gown up. So as soon as you wake up, you throw the covers back, you put your warm dressing gown on, and that's going to keep you warmer for a little bit longer, because no one likes being cold. It's miserable, especially if your house hasn't been heated like this one for 4 days. 4 days of no heating at all, day or night. Okay, these tips really make a big difference, especially if you're on a budget as well, you're trying to save some money. Okay, and someone else said, which I thought was a bit weird, but I don't know, but I thought I'd share it anyway, that some people said get a hairdryer and put it on hot and put it underneath your duvet to warm your bed up, only for a minute or whatever it is you want to do. Someone says that's a lot cheaper doing it that way than putting stuff in the tumble dryer. These are just tips I don't know some of them because I've not tried them, but they do sound like they make a lot of sense. So let me know what you think about what can we do to keep warm in our homes with no heating at all. What would you do? Layering, obviously, clothing helps. Hot drinks, hot food, especially near bedtime. Okay. And speaking of some free extra bonus tips, if you're a guy, consider getting a pee bottle. I've always said it when I've done camping and stuff. To me, it makes sense. I'm in the woods, I'm on an air mat, on the leaves in the forest. I've got a shelter sheet over me. I'm in my sleeping bag. Okay. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 degrees everywhere outside. It's cold. And I desperately need a pee. Okay. I use a pee bottle. So literally it's already in the sleeping bag with me. Okay. So you do your wee and you can put your pee bottle outside. If you've got one which you trust and the lid won't come off, you can keep it inside you and it will act like a hot water bottle. Because don't forget, your core body temperature is 37.5 degrees. If you've got that temperature liquid in the bottle, it's going to keep your hands warm, especially in the sleeping bag. Okay. Guess what? She's still burning. Wee Willy Winky. This one's cool because it's got a little snuffer on it. That's nice, isn't it? I love them things. I've got about 10 of those. I love them. I love collecting them. Anyway, massively sidetracked there. So the same principles about getting up for a pee in the middle of the night. Okay. So ask yourself this question. I want you to think about this. Join me on using your brain and having a good think. Okay. You're in bed. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You've been in that bed for 5, 6 hours, whatever it's going to be. Okay. The warmth from your body is being trapped by your duvet, your sheets, your blankets, your sleeping bag, whatever it is you're sleeping in. Okay. You've got your warmth in there. Okay. Soon as you take your covers off and you get out of bed and you walk downstairs, if you happen to have a toilet downstairs or wherever it is, and you go for a toilet, okay, what's going to happen? If you don't wear any clothes, so you're going to be walking naked through your house, which is cold, you're losing all of your body heat, which you've been storing up in your duvet. So you're now cold. You didn't stop to think that when you got out of bed, that your duvet cover wasn't closed back over. It's left open. So all of your body heat that you saved up in your bed is now gone. So you come back from the toilet, freezing cold, you get into your bed, which is now cold. What can we do to sort this out? Well, one good thing you can do, as soon as you get out of bed, put your duvet straight back over and rub your hands around it to make sure that it's properly closed and there's no bit sticking up where hot air can leach out. Okay. As soon as you've done that, you put a dressing gown on. If you're clever, like I said before, you've got your dressing gown already inside the bed. Good hack. Okay. So you get out of bed, you've got your dressing gown on, that's inside your bed, which you've heated up. You put that on, close all your covers off, go downstairs, go to the toilet, come back upstairs, take your dressing gown off, put it back in the bed, get in the bed. You're still going to be warm. You're not going to lose any heat. Or use a pee bottle. You don't even have to leave your bed. You're not even going to get cold. And the chances are you wake up, you need a pee, you'll be awake for like 1 minute. You've had your pee, you put the pee bottle on the floor and your covers over and you've gone back to sleep. Okay. So the longer you're awake, the harder it is to get back to sleep. Okay. So if you do your business, you have a wee for and it takes 1 minute, it's all done, put it away, and you could go straight back to sleep and you'll probably be fine. If you have to get up and go to the toilet and you get cold, you might find it hard to get back to sleep. To me, in my brain, how it works, this all makes sense to me. I don't know about how you guys feel about it, but what we have to remember is the heat that our bodies generate, the warmth from our bodies, are trapped in our sleep system. And if we open our sleep system, guess what happens to that heat? The cold air is going to grab that heat and pull it into the cold air, and all your warm air that you've saved up is now gone. Think about it, boys and girls. Like I said, the wool socks, wear them indoors, okay? Wear slippers, wear shoes, boots, whatever it is you want to do. So any of you guys that have got any tips about the subject that I'm talking about keeping warm, let us know in the comment section under the video, or if you're watching live right now, that'd be awesome. Aha! An old friend, David. Good to see you again, sir. It's been a long time. Oh, it's great to have you back. All the way from the US of A, of course. Nice one, David. And thank you to British Army 50 as well. Awesome. Veteran, I reckon. And a member, which is awesome. Really appreciate your support. British Army 50. Nice one. So just quickly before we sign off, I'm just going to go into the comment section and see what you guys have been talking about in here. This is from Jeannie Mac saying slipper socks, fluffy lined. Yeah, anything which is lined and fluffy, which can trap and hold heat is brilliant. Okay. Awesome. Like I say, the biggest thing that's going to really stop people is worrying what other people think. I can't wear that. I'm going to look silly. It's your own home. You can wear whatever you like in your own home. You can wear what you like outside your home if you want. I do. When we start to lose the fear and don't give a crap what people think about us, you know, it's okay to wear it. I've been wearing this hat all day in my own home. I don't care. It's keeping all my body heat in. I've had this roll neck Norwegian thermal shirt, the British Army one, all day. I've been lovely warm all day. The only things that are a bit cold is my hands. Every now and again, I have a hot cup of tea, or I've got my hot water bottle, and I can just warm them up quickly. It's not that bad. So yeah. This is Robert Chambers. Hi, welcome to the channel. I carry an enclosed tea candle lamp. Cool. With a lighter in the car during the winter. That's a very good, yeah, I totally agree. It's a very good idea. I was surprised how much heat comes out of one flame. I kid you not, people. The heat from this one flame, I mean, I can just about manage it there about 10 inches away. Okay. You keep one little tiny flame. If you've got a small bedroom, that will make a difference. And I know probably there are going to be some people saying, get a terracotta pot and put it over it. Well, I've tried that. And from my experience, that's complete bullshit. That will work providing your room is about 2 meters square. If you're in an average size room, that ain't going to make no difference at all. So if you don't believe me, right, try it yourself. Don't be fooled by these YouTube videos that talk nonsense. I'm not joking. Hooper, English boy, well done. Cooper kettle was permanently on top of the wood stove during the winter. Yeah, I would. Unfortunately, my wood burner is a back boiler. So the top of it, I can put my hand on there. It's never going to boil water. But if you've got a standard wood burner, yeah, I wouldn't waste that heat at all. Always have hot water on the go. That's a great idea. Copper kettle as well. Bonus thumbs up for that one. Loads better than the aluminium crap, isn't it? Someone called Little Miska says not to let your dog on the bed. Yeah, do you know what's another thing? If you guys have got pets, having like your cat or your dog on the bed, that's going to keep you nice and warm as well. Makes sense when you think about it. Chamber pot. Yeah, that was in that video. Incidentally, if you've just joined, there's a link underneath this video about tips to keep warm in your bedroom when it's really, really cold. And that's chamber pot is featured in there too. This is from John Knox. Hair dryers are good for drying wet socks quickly. Oh, wow. Nice idea. I don't know because I've not got a hair dryer because I've got no hair. Anyway. Oh, dear. No, it's really good to see you guys in the live comment section here. Wheats says menopausal women are warm. Man, you're not wrong. Apparently, the Vikings used to use dogs to keep warm. Yeah, fair play. Army long johns, absolutely. Yeah, totally. I swear by mine. When I'm out wild camping, as soon as I start to feel cold, I stop what I'm doing and I just put my long johns on, my thermal top on, get dressed again, and jump up and down on the spot and warm up. Incidentally, speaking of that, I almost forgot. That's another good tip. One of the most efficient ways in human history to keep warm is to move. Okay, so if you go into bed and it's going to be cold, do something to warm yourself up. Walk up and down the stairs 10 times. Okay, do something which is going to get your blood pumping. That will warm you up. And when you get into bed, that is going to keep you warm. Okay, if you go to bed which is cold and you're cold, you are not going to warm up. You are just not. You have to warm yourself up first before you go to bed. How you do that is up to you. Use your imagination. Hot drinks and hot food will help. Moving will help. And to stop the heat escaping, put a hat on. It's all good. Right, that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for coming along to the live stream and contributing. If you can share it on WhatsApp, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're on Instagram, TikTok, and whatever else, share it there too, because I've got a feeling that this winter is going to catch a lot of people out. And I've got this weird feeling that not everyone can have their homes heated day and night because it's so expensive. So if this video is going to help someone that you know who's struggling a bit financially, like all of us, it's a good job. So don't forget, check out my partner's YouTube channel. That link is below the video, Rachel. And if you want to subscribe, great. If you want to contribute in any way, all them links are there below as well. And thank you for you guys who have put the super chats up. Really appreciate it. It just makes this channel a lot easier to get the content out there. So brilliant. Until the next time we meet, you guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.